Artificial intelligence. Once a concept confined to the realms of science fiction and futuristic fantasies, AI has now become an integral part of our daily lives. It sounds like science fiction, but it's here, it's real, and it's transforming the way we live, work, and interact with the world around us. From the smartphones in our pockets to the smart homes we live in, AI is seamlessly woven into the fabric of our everyday existence. And it's changing our world in ways we could have never imagined just a few decades ago. AI is the engine behind self-driving cars, enabling them to navigate complex urban environments with ease and precision. It's the technology that powers personalized recommendations on your favorite streaming service, curating content tailored just for you, and even the voice assistants we talk to every day, making our lives more convenient and connected. Now, AI is poised to revolutionize another aspect of our lives: law enforcement. Imagine a world where police know where crimes are likely to happen before they even occur. This isn't a scene from Minority Report, it's the promise of predictive policing, a technology powered by artificial intelligence. By analyzing vast amounts of data, these AI systems can identify patterns and predict where and when crimes are most likely to occur. This capability could potentially make our cities safer, but it also raises significant ethical and privacy concerns. By analyzing vast amounts of data, these AI systems can identify patterns and predict where and when crimes are most likely to occur. But with this incredible power, comes a heavy responsibility. The decisions made by these systems have real-world consequences, affecting the lives of individuals and communities. As we integrate AI into our justice system, we must proceed with caution, ensuring that these technologies are used ethically and responsibly. The future of our cities and indeed our justice system hinges on our ability to harness the power of AI while safeguarding against its potential pitfalls. It's a delicate balance, but one we must strive to achieve. The integration of AI into law enforcement and other critical sectors requires a thoughtful approach, one that prioritizes transparency, accountability, and the protection of civil liberties. Ensuring that these technologies are used ethically and responsibly. The decisions made by these systems have real-world consequences affecting the lives of individuals and communities. The future of our cities, and indeed our justice system, hinges on our ability to harness the power of AI while safeguarding against its potential pitfalls. The future of our cities, and indeed our justice system, hinges on our ability to harness the power of AI while safeguarding against its potential pitfalls. It's a delicate balance, but one we must strive to achieve. Predictive policing AI acts like a detective armed with a superpowered magnifying glass, capable of seeing patterns and connections that would be invisible to the human eye. But instead of fingerprints and clues, it analyzes mountains of data, sifting through vast amounts of information to find correlations and trends that might indicate where and when a crime could occur. This data can include everything from past crime reports and arrest records to social media activity and even weather patterns. The AI integrates these diverse data sources to build a comprehensive picture of potential criminal activity. Think of it like this: if a certain neighborhood has seen a spike in car thefts on Friday nights when it rains, the AI can flag that as a potential hotspot for future car thefts under similar conditions. By recognizing these patterns, the AI can help law enforcement anticipate and prevent crimes. It's all about identifying patterns and making educated guesses about where crime might happen next. The AI uses complex algorithms to generate predictive models, which can then be used to inform police strategies. These AI systems don't make arrests themselves. Instead, they provide police departments with valuable information to guide their patrols and resource allocation. This allows law enforcement to be more proactive rather than reactive. This means officers can be deployed to high-risk areas, potentially preventing crimes before they occur. By focusing resources where they are most needed, police can improve their efficiency and effectiveness. But how effective are these systems really? The debate is ongoing, with some arguing that predictive policing has led to significant reductions in crime rates. While proponents point to drops in crime rates, critics argue that the technology raises serious ethical concerns. They worry about the potential for AI to reinforce existing biases and disproportionately target certain communities. Is it fair to target certain neighborhoods based on past data, potentially reinforcing existing biases? These are important questions that need to be addressed as we move forward with AI in law enforcement. These are questions we must grapple with as AI plays an increasingly prominent role in law enforcement. The balance between effective policing and ethical considerations will be crucial in determining the future of predictive policing. Across the globe, cities are already putting predictive policing AI to the test. In Chicago, a system called Strategic Subject List uses algorithms to identify individuals deemed most likely to be involved in future gun violence. The system analyzes factors like arrest history, social networks, and gang affiliations to generate risk scores. Meanwhile, in Durham, North Carolina, the HEART, high-activity location targeting program, uses historical crime data to predict where and when property crimes like burglaries are most likely to occur. This information allows police to focus their patrols on these high-risk areas. While these examples demonstrate the potential of predictive policing AI to enhance public safety, they also highlight the need for careful consideration of the ethical implications. Critics argue that such systems can perpetuate existing biases, disproportionately targeting communities of color and reinforcing over-policing in already marginalized neighborhoods. The use of AI in law enforcement is still in its early stages, and it's crucial that we learn from these real-world implementations to ensure that these technologies are used responsibly and effectively. The use of AI in policing raises profound ethical questions that strike at the very heart of our justice system. As technology advances, the integration of AI into law enforcement practices becomes more prevalent, bringing with it both opportunities and challenges. While AI has the potential to enhance efficiency and accuracy in policing, it also poses significant risks if not implemented with careful consideration of ethical principles. One of the most pressing concerns is the potential for bias. Bias in AI can manifest in various ways, from the data used to train the algorithms to the way the technology is deployed in the field. This bias can have far-reaching implications, affecting the lives of individuals and the fabric of communities. AI systems are only as good as the data they are trained on, and if that data reflects existing biases in policing practices, the AI will simply perpetuate those biases, potentially leading to discriminatory outcomes. For instance, historical data that includes biased policing practices can skew the AI's predictions and decisions, reinforcing stereotypes and unjust patterns of behavior. For example, if an AI system is trained on data that shows a disproportionate number of arrests for drug possession in a particular neighborhood, it may conclude that this neighborhood is inherently more prone to drug crime, even if this disparity is actually due to biased policing practices. This flawed conclusion can lead to increased surveillance and policing in that area, further entrenching the cycle of bias. This could lead to a self-fulfilling prophecy, where the AI's predictions result in increased police presence and scrutiny in that neighborhood, leading to more arrests and further reinforcing the bias. The community members may feel targeted and unfairly treated, which can erode trust in law enforcement and create a hostile environment. This cycle of bias can have devastating consequences for individuals and communities, eroding trust in law enforcement and perpetuating systemic inequalities. The impact of biased AI in policing can be profound, affecting not only those directly targeted but also the broader community's perception of justice and fairness. It is imperative that we develop and deploy AI systems that are fair, unbiased, and accountable, ensuring that these powerful technologies are used to promote justice, not exacerbate existing disparities. This requires a concerted effort from technologists, policymakers, and community stakeholders to create AI solutions that uphold the principles of fairness and equity, fostering a more just and inclusive society. Imagine a city designed with crime prevention in mind, where urban planning and AI work hand in hand to create safer public spaces. This is the vision of some urban planners who believe that predictive policing AI can be used not just to react to crime, but to prevent it altogether. By analyzing crime data alongside other factors like lighting, pedestrian traffic, and building design, AI could help identify areas where environmental changes could make a real difference. For example, improving lighting in a dimly lit park or adding more pedestrian walkways in a high-crime neighborhood could deter criminal activity by making these areas less appealing to potential offenders. This approach, known as crime prevention through environmental design, recognizes that crime is not simply an individual choice but often a product of the environment. By using AI to understand how our cities can be designed to discourage crime, we can create safer and more equitable communities for everyone. We can't ignore the human element in this equation. AI systems are developed and deployed by humans, and human biases can creep into every stage of the process. From the data used to train the algorithms to the interpretation of the AI's predictions, human bias can skew outcomes and undermine the fairness of the system. It's crucial to remember that AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill. The responsibility lies with us, the humans behind the technology, to ensure that AI is used ethically and responsibly. This requires ongoing vigilance, critical thinking, and a commitment to addressing bias at every level. We must also be mindful of the limitations of AI. These systems are not infallible. They are only as good as the data they are trained on and the algorithms that power them. It's essential that we don't blindly trust the predictions of AI, but instead use them as one tool among many in our efforts to create safer communities. Section 7. The Transparency Imperative: Opening the Black Box. One of the biggest challenges in using AI ethically is the black box problem. Many AI systems are incredibly complex, and it can be difficult to understand how they arrive at their predictions. This lack of transparency can make it challenging to identify and address bias, and it can erode public trust in the technology. Imagine being denied a loan or a job opportunity based on an AI's assessment, but you're not given any explanation for the decision. This lack of transparency is not only unfair, but it also prevents us from identifying and correcting potential errors or biases in the system. To ensure that AI is used ethically in policing, it's crucial that these systems are transparent and accountable. This means being able to understand how the AI arrived at its predictions, identifying and mitigating potential biases, and providing avenues for redress if an individual believes they have been unfairly impacted by the technology. Section 8. The future of justice, striking a balance. The use of AI in policing is still in its infancy, and the technology is rapidly evolving. As we navigate this uncharted territory, it's crucial that we proceed with caution, engaging in thoughtful dialogue and considering the potential consequences of our actions. The goal should not be to replace human judgment with algorithms, but rather to find ways for AI to augment and enhance our existing approaches to law enforcement. This means using AI to provide police officers with more information and better tools, while also ensuring that human oversight and discretion remain integral parts of the process. Ultimately, the future of justice depends on our ability to harness the power of AI while upholding the fundamental principles of fairness, equality, and due process. It's a delicate balance, but one we must strive to achieve if we hope to create a more just and equitable society for all. Section 9. A call to action. Shaping a just and equitable future. The use of AI in policing is not inevitable, it's a choice. We have the power to shape how this technology is developed and deployed, and it's our responsibility to ensure that it is used in a way that benefits all members of society. This requires a collective effort. We need policymakers to enact laws and regulations that govern the ethical use of AI in law enforcement. We need technologists to design systems that are fair, transparent, and accountable. And we need citizens to engage in informed dialogue and demand that these technologies are used responsibly. The stakes are high. The decisions we make today about the use of AI in policing will have far-reaching consequences for our communities and our democracy. Let us rise to the challenge and work together to create a future where technology is used to promote justice, not exacerbate inequality. Section 10. Conclusion. Our collective responsibility. The rise of AI presents both unprecedented opportunities and significant challenges. As we integrate this powerful technology into our justice system, we must proceed with caution, guided by a commitment to fairness, transparency, and accountability. The future of our cities, and indeed our democracy, depends on our ability to harness the power of AI while safeguarding against its potential pitfalls and risks. This is not just the responsibility of policymakers or technologists, it's a collective responsibility that requires the active participation of all citizens. Let us embrace this challenge with open minds and a shared commitment to creating a more just and equitable future for all. The time for action is now, and we must not delay. If you enjoyed this, like the video and hit subscribe for more content.